the violations were not corrected. Photos on the screen accurately depict the violations were taken on December 2nd. An affidavit of violation and notice of hearing was sent by certified mail and posted on February 20th. I'm requesting an order finding violation, recommending 60 days for compliance with $250 per time per day fine being imposed. Excuse me. I'm also requesting authorization for demolition. I'm also requesting the crossing curve for the city processing this case be assessed cost to date total $219.54. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, gentlemen, you've heard the testimony from code enforcement and seeing the evidence that the city's presented. What would you like for me to take into consideration on this property?
Yes, thank you, Magistrate. So just a little bit of brief background to kind of explain how we got to where we are today. So this building used to be Floridino's Italian restaurant, and Floridino's acknowledged that they had installed a faulty high-limit deep fryer, which caught fire one day and essentially burned down portions of the interior of the building. Subsequent to that, the parties were in discussions, and it appeared that they had reached agreement foregoing litigation in which my client would help contribute to the cost of repairing the building structure using Floridino's preferred general contractor. After paying roughly $100,000 to that general contractor, unfortunately that contractor died when he was a solo contractor. And then that money essentially got tied up in the estate, and I believe as we stand here today, my client still hasn't seen a dime of that money refunded back to them. Regardless of that though, Your Honor, subsequent to the death of that general contractor, then at that point, Floridino's initiated litigation, which went on for a couple of years against my client. I'm happy to report that litigation has just resulted in a settlement. The case is still open while the settlement payments come to fruition, but for all practical purposes, I should take a step back. Floridino's was suing my client for over $1 million and also control of construction to rehab the building. So my client didn't do anything during that point, during those years of litigation. Now that we're at the settlement portion, or beyond the settlement portion really, now my client is able to go on in there and complete the remodeling, the structures, any partial demolitions that may be necessary, and get this building back up to code and get the certificate of occupancy issued as soon as possible. It's my understanding that we actually just received an engineering, preliminary engineering report dated March 19th of 2025. I have copies if the board would like to see that. However, most pertinent in that preliminary report is that the engineer found that the structure is able to be rehabilitated without demolition. They're confident of that based on the preliminary investigation. And so, speaking with my client can offer testimony here today if the court would like, but basically, temporary fencing is going up around the structure this coming Wednesday. I believe that's April 23rd. So that will secure the property now that the litigation is resolved. And we have, like I stated, our general contractor who will be overseeing the project here as well. There are already trusses on the property as well as roughly $90,000 HVAC ready to be installed. So materials already on the property ready to fix this up. So essentially we just need more time, Your Honor. I'm requesting at least a minimum of 120 days, obviously. As you can see from the pictures, there is some substantial repairs that will be.
You're installing an HVAC in that structure?
I'm sorry?
You're having an HVAC unit installed in that?
It's not installed yet. It's on the property. It's on the premises, ready to be installed.
Hey, Peggy, that's what's in those cargo things.
Okay.
For the record, Your Honor, I'll just read into the record for purposes of maintaining consistency in these cases. The letter from the building official dated October 14th, 2024. On October 14, 2024, a visual inspection was conducted at the above address, and it is the determination of the City of Winter Haven building official that the structure is unsafe for use. The structure has significant fire structural damage to the exterior and interior of the building. It is determined that repair is cost prohibitive. Therefore, the structure should be demolished as soon as possible, as it may continue to collapse. And that is signed by Brian Wells, building official. And when there is risk of a collapsed structure, that is certainly an issue that is detrimental to the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens and residents of the city of Winter Haven, as well as potentially as an attractive nuisance for vagrants. I mean, this is a high-risk situation, so whatever the property owner is recommending, I just wanted to make sure that the record was clear on those issues.
Okay. Yeah, I think the pictures speak for themselves in this case. What's your projected timeline for completion?
Sure, so obviously that's contingent upon the building permits being issued, but we're submitting a request for those, so we anticipate, given a reasonable amount of turnaround on those building permits, we anticipate being able to have a certificate of occupancy hopefully within roughly 120 days.
Depending on permitting, yes.
Okay.
And again, Your Honor, fencing's going up on Wednesday, so that'll help secure. I certainly understand that that's a concern for the city, I mean, no doubt, but with the fencing going up, you know, in just a few days, that should hopefully help keep this property secure from the issues that the city has conveyed.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna enter an order. Just out of curiosity, looking at this must have happened, and based on what you're telling me about the history of litigation, how long ago did this happen?
The wall fell during the Hurricane Milton, is from my understanding from code enforcement.
Tanya Airsafe, Neighborhoods Director. So the fire occurred several years ago. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but it's been quite some time that the property's been sitting vacant. We could not tell the extent of the fire damage from the exterior of the property. When Milton came through in October, it significantly damaged this building. Since then, it has been in various states of collapse. Pretty much the entire north side of this building is completely exposed. There is no way to even secure the building as it stands right now, and it has become an attractive nuisance. We get calls to the police department on a regular basis for homeless people that are seeking shelter in this unsafe building. It is in a parking lot of a strip mall, so there is access.
It's a high traffic area.
It is, yes, it's a high traffic area.
Okay.
Excuse me?
What I'm going to do is I'll enter an order finding that the violations did exist and continue to exist on the property.
Wait a minute.
Anything else? All right, so just to recap, the initial recommendation by the city was that I find violations, which clearly there are violations that exist and continue to exist on the property. The recommendation was that they be given 60 days to bring the property in compliance or a $250 a day fine would commence to approve, and after which the city could proceed with demolition. The request has been made by the owner's representatives that they be allowed additional time, and there's also been testimony as to the fact that they're now at a point where they are prepared to move forward with the rehabilitation of the property. So what I'm going to do is I am going to enter an order finding that the violations did exist and continue to exist on the property. Property owner will be given 120 days to bring the property in compliance, or a $250 a day fine will commence to approve, and demolition will be authorized to proceed at that point. One condition of my order will be that the property be secured by sufficient fencing to keep out unauthorized people, and that it be secured within 15 days of today's date. Also assessing the city's cost, the amount of $219.54. Those will be payable within 30 days of today's date. Okay?
I might add, Your Honor, and I wouldn't ask it to be part of the order, I just want to make sure I mention it, that you can contact local law enforcement to make sure that there's adequate documentation if there is a trespassing situation, to where that they are authorized to go ahead and trespass any individuals that reach that fence line, as well as making sure that you post it with signage for no trespassing, please.
I believe they already have a trespass on the property.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Just a little housekeeping matter on this and the other, two cases I represented previously. How soon will those orders come out? Cause I need a copy of that for, other purposes as soon as possible.
If you contact our office tomorrow, we can email you a copy.
Perfect, thank you so much, Aaron, I got all of your information, I appreciate
Well,
it.
let me preface that. Mr. Clater and I are both scheduled to be in Lake Alfred conducting some hearings up there at 1 o'clock today. So, I may have to just take the orders with me, complete them, send them back to y'all tomorrow. I don't think I'll get to do that today, but, I should have, I'll try to get that done tomorrow morning. And then I'll mail the originals, but if y'all are comfortable with that,